Did you ever have any doubts? And how did you overcome those?
Are we going way back to way back? Well, if you watched our proposal video, you know that we broke up 7 times according to Danielle in many different places. Honestly, a lot of that was me doubting that I was going to be safe with him because my history and my childhood is not really full of stable relationships that I felt that I could count on, which led to a lot of relationship anxiety for me. So I really didn't know if I could trust you. And that I was going to be safe emotionally. And so that really impacted my ability to commit to you. And yeah, while I would love to say that I have never doubted, I have.
Yeah.
But coming back to commitment and what Dan was saying, at the end of the day, I chose to make a commitment and I'm trusting that God is directing our steps and yeah.
Yeah, in terms of doubts, I mean, the only thing that made me doubt was that we broke up 7 times. But as far as who she is as a person, I knew she had all the things that I wanted in someone. Number 1, I was very attracted to her. Number 2, don't give them the eyebrows, give me the eyebrows. And 2, she was very gentle, very affectionate, godly, wise until she broke up with me, then very unwise. But one of the reasons I was sure, and God doesn't tell everyone who they're going to marry, for sure. So you shouldn't wait around for that. But for me, he did happen to tell me. But then even after God told me that I was going to marry her, there was still several breakups after that. Remind me of David, where it's Sam's you're going to be king, but then how long was it until he became king? Was it 7 years?
I just read this and I forgot.
7 years sounds short. Honestly, it feels like it might be longer. But it's very funny because we've been in each other's lives 7 years. Yeah. And then we're getting married this year. Yeah, so that was my only doubt. But then it was weird. When God tells you something, the more obstacles came up, it was weird. Of course it bothered me, but it was also the more sure I became. It was really cool. And I don't know if it works like that all the time with all of God's promises, but for me, that's how it worked. So those were my only doubts.
Makes sense.
If someone's scared about commitment, what do you want them to know?
God is big enough to redirect you. I think really asking yourself, where's the fear coming from? And you know what? Sometimes that fear is valid. Maybe you are seeing red flags. Maybe this isn't the person for you and that's okay. Versus on the other hand, maybe you're just afraid that you're not going to be safe. Or maybe you're afraid that your partner's not going to meet every single one of your needs.
Yeah, they won't.
They won't.
They won't.
And that's something that we have to be okay with, right? Because your partner's not God.
Yeah.
Your partner's not going to be able to meet all of your needs.
Yeah. Your partner isn't going to be able to make you feel how you think you're supposed to feel with them all the time. That expectation is just going to set you up for disaster. If you're nervous about commitment, just really being objective, because your feelings and your body are going to tell you something, obviously, but it's okay, break down the reasons. Is it because of actual things that they are doing or that specific things about them? It's a common thing to be hey, just trust your gut. Don't always trust your gut, because sometimes your body is telling you stories based on past events, not about future or current things, And so if you're just an anxious type of person, then there's no way you're gonna be making the biggest commitment of your life and you're not gonna have some anxiety about it or a lot of anxiety about it.
And that also goes back to you talking about being self-aware.
Yeah.
Understanding yourself is the first place.
Know yourself, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Understanding yourself is very important, right? Because then you'll know what patterns have led to your fear of commitment. And one thing I have found myself telling or giving people advice for is ask yourself why. And then do it again 9 more times.
Yeah.
Be like a scientist, right? Almost step outside of yourself and ask yourself why. Why am I afraid of commitment? Maybe it's because I'm afraid that
I'm going to have a marriage like my parents.
Oh, okay. And ask yourself why. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Why am I afraid to have a marriage like my parents? Oh, because they felt like they were alone. Oh, why are you afraid of that? You just keep going
Just
until you
keep
get to the
going.
bottom of it.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, not all the time, you'll find that really it's nothing to do with the other person, but everything to do with your makeup and
Like
history.
like your foundation, your blusher, your eye. How do you know if you're like ready to be engaged, do you think? Like, how did you know? And then I'll say how I knew.
That's a good question. I still don't feel ready to be engaged and married just
no.
because, like, I want to forever be a little kid. In all honesty, I think that, you know, seeing how we have grown in communication, so we communicate well, and that's really important. We've talked about all of the important things that would prepare you for marriage, like whether that is finances, family expectations, sex, family. Did I say family?
Yeah.
Family times 2.
Yeah.
Just like the core things. We've talked through it, and we've gotten counseling.
Still doing it.
Exactly. Still doing it right now. I can't picture my life with anybody else but Dan. So I think those 2 things taken together.
Thanks, babes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so I don't know. I feel like I've wanted to be married. Like, I wanted to be one of those like super like young guys, like married at like 22, you know, maybe like a regular Christian couple in the States. And so, yeah, like in terms of being ready, if you're wondering like, am I ready? Will I ever be ready? Like, you're never gonna fully feel ready. It's always gonna feel a bit like a leap, but one thing about like us and our story is that you don't have to be ready, but you have to be committed. That's the big thing, because I think people expect that they're going to feel a very specific way when they are ready to get engaged, but like if you at least know that that commitment is there with both of you, then at least you know that you can navigate any sort of thing that comes up because of that like foundation of like, no, it's me and you, we're gonna figure it out, and it's great.